I mean, only time will tell. But to match what Brady's done as far as getting to the Super Bowl every other year, just about might be one of the most impressive statistics to me outside of what Brett Favre did in consecutive games played. I mean, I think that stat will go down, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now. We're going to look back and go, that was an amazing stat to play that long, that many games in a row without having the unlucky occurrence of somebody just falling into your knee and your knee going sideways, or a really, really bad concussion that you hit your head on the side of the AstroTurf and missed a week or two. I mean, the fact that didn't happen in Brett Favre's run is truly amazing also. Yeah, I agree. And the thought of like 50 years from now, 60 years from now that you just kind of referenced there, and I automatically started thinking that. Now, let's assume the league survives and world survives, of course, 50, 60 years. Who knows? I mean, nobody knows the future, even me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Imagine them talking about Tom Brady, though, for like the kids that didn't see Tom Brady or even had a clue about Tom Brady's existence, and especially in the world that we're in now. If something happened a week ago, that might as well have been at least a year ago with the way the internet is. When Tom Brady's numbers are now being showcased this week, and we're seeing some more stats, because we never look at Tom Brady's stats. We look at everybody else's stats. Tom Brady's stats are never put out. The numbers are just alarming to look at. I mean, it is just, everything is so big. I think he's been to 4 Super Bowls since Peyton has retired or something. It is unbelievable at this point. What do you got, Diggs?
Carson, when you came out, you were obviously the clear-cut, no questions, number 1 pick. I saw your brother's working with Trevor Lawrence, who's in the same position. Have you heard anything from him? Have you met him? Is he what everyone is hyping him up to be?
I believe he is, and from everything Jordan said about just his maturity level. I mean, that's the one thing. When you're talked about being a top 5 pick, one of the first quarterbacks in the draft, you can absolutely spin it. You're a good athlete. You're a smart kid. You've won in college, probably, but athletically and throwing the football wise, you're a gifted athlete. Now, all those guys that have all those traits don't make it. Some end up being, great players. Some end up fizzling out. But I think the one thing that separates that group, or the one distinction that you can make about the guys in that group that are labeled that kind of athletes, and then they end up making a successful NFL career, is maturity. If you're immature and you have issues and red flags that pop up in college, those things tend to carry over as you go on about your professional career. And I think the one thing that jumps out, aside from Trevor Lawrence's amazing college career, aside from his God-given ability, is his maturity. He understands who he is. He understands how important this next phase is, and how important the last phase was to his overall development as a player, as a human being. And I think what you're going to see, and whoever takes him number 1, you're going to see a polished, ready-to-play quarterback. You're going to see a guy that doesn't need a year to sit back and really develop certain skills or become a more mature individual and citizen. You're going to see a guy that's ready to play. And I think of all the important qualities, he's got all the important qualities that translate to a positive, successful NFL career physically. But mentally, what he's got and the maturity he has upstairs in his head is what's going to propel him to a really successful career. Jordan worked with Joe last year, Trevor this year. Hey, look at the Palmer family, huh? Crushing it over there. I got nothing to do with it. That's all Jordan. He's put together an impressive business model. And I think the important part to his success is he's not just a great coach. And Pat, from being around great coaches, the greatest coaches are great teachers. And being able to, transfer knowledge from yourself to another individual in a way that they can absorb that knowledge the quickest and the most efficiently is a talent, and it's a gift. And Jordan absolutely has that gift. That's awesome. It's fun to watch on the internet and follow along. When I saw Trevor Lawrence out there, I was like, good for Jordan, man. Let's go. Keep it going. Can you tell us about Cadenwood a little bit? I think I see some on the table over there. Yeah. Cadenwood and Level Select CBD. It's a sports cream I've been using for the last couple of years after numerous knee surgeries and injuries and just being banged up and getting old. I've got 4 young kids. I love to hunt and fish, ski, and just really be outside in general. enjoying the outdoors. I'm up here in Idaho, and there's a lot of that, and it helps me do that. It continues, my post-playing career and athletic, adventures that I want to share with my kids and be outside and not be in pain and not be sore, and then go outside and try to fall asleep at night and not be in pain as I'm falling asleep. Level Select CBD has done that for me. And right now, Pat, you can log on to levelselectcbd.com.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Okay.
50% off for you, Pat.
Ooh,
not just
wow.
you, but everybody. If you type in the promo code Carson.
Ooh.
Look at you. I see you doing it.
Level
Yeah.
Select CBD.
Great posture in your computer stance also.
What's that?
You have great posture in your computer stance.
Thank you. I've been boxing at night. It's been it's lifted the you know what I mean? But I have been sore, so you know.
There you go.
Level Select CBD, and then whenever I sign, I say Carson.
Yeah, Carson is your promo code, 50% off.
50?
50.
15?
50.
Holy! Oh, they're giving away the company. They're giving away the company. They are giving away the company. They are not going to make any money. We must take advantage of it. LevelSelectCBD.com. 50% off with the promo code Carson. Hey, we appreciate you so much, Carson. You're the best, dude. Enjoy Idaho.
Thanks, Pat. I will.
I mean, that's way out there.
Oh, yeah.
You're from Cali, right? And then go to Cincy. Then you go to Arizona. Or Oakland, I'm sorry. Then Arizona.
That's right.
And you go, you know what? I'm going to Idaho.
It's God's country.
Amen.
Come visit.
Hey, God bless you, pal. Carson Palmer. Woo! I like Carson, man.
Seems like a guy you just hang out with in his cabin home and have a couple cocktails.
He's in Idaho in a lodge.
Yeah.
That's
I
crazy.
think Mitt lived in Idaho, if I remember correctly.
Is that one of the, like those, there was a couple lakes in Montana that started to become like, if you got a lot of money, you go get a house on this place, like Wyoming, right?
Yeah. I've not heard that about Idaho yet.
So I believe Chuck Pagano, because he was a coach at Boise. I think he's maybe from Wyoming. I forget where he's from. I should know. He has a house in Idaho, though. He got one whenever he's coaching there at Boise. Ooh. Every once in a while, I'll get I'll talk to him or something in the off season. This has happened like 3 times, so it's not every once in a while. It's like very rarely it happens. And he just sends a photo of where he's from, and Idaho is gorgeous. Yeah, I mean, it was absolutely gorgeous. Never gets talked about. Probably hate that we're talking about it right now, actually. Yeah. Idaho's like, don't be telling anybody. All right, we can just, that's what happens, by the way. All those uber rich people, they bounce around to states that aren't really heard about, and then it gets outed, and then they're off and running. It's like the Ozarks or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yep.
That's how that whole show came about. Been at a couple parties, a couple of those places. What state am I in? It's great to be here.
You're drunk, Pat. That's the state you're in.
Yeah, that's why I was brought in. By the way, that's the state of drunkenness. So sorry to interrupt, but I want to let you know that if you're not gambling with FanDuel, you're wrong. Okay, FanDuel Sportsbook is available in 7 states, I believe, at this point. 6, 7, 8. You get it. If you're not gambling with FanDuel Sportsbook, though, you're completely wrong. And if we're not in your state yet, we are coming to your state. We have better odds. We have a much easier to use app. The convenience is next level. The people at FanDuel actually refund people when they shouldn't refund people, giving back hundreds of millions and millions of dollars to their users. FanDuel Sportsbook is the best sportsbook going for a lot of reasons, most of them what I just said. We are very thankful for our partnership with FanDuel. Obviously, there was a little bit of a miscommunication last week between myself and FanDuel. We worked that out. That's kind of how things operate whenever you're in a business relationship with each other. But even if we weren't in a business relationship with FanDuel, it'd be hard to say that we wouldn't use the FanDuel Sportsbook app. There are so many different ways to win. There's more things to bet on. Their boosts seem to always hit, which is just fucking themselves over time and time again. We love the hell out of FanDuel Sportsbook, and you will too. If you haven't used it yet, use it now. Also, there's fantasy on there, daily fantasy, and free-to-play games where you can win money. Shout out to FanDuel, shout out to you. Let's get back to the show. A man who yesterday said he thinks it's going to be heads. Ladies and gentlemen, A to the Jayhawk.
Yeah! Come on.
AJ, are you picking heads strictly because you knew I was going to pick tails for $30,000?
I honestly did not know you were picking tails when you asked me to make a choice yesterday.
Well, it's going to set up for a rather good entertaining internet whenever this thing pops off, because on Sunday at the Countdown to Kickoff Celebration Super Show from 4 o'clock till the coin toss on youtube.com/The Pat McAfee Show, and 4:30 to 6:30 on SiriusXM Channel 82 Mad Dog Sports Radio. We will be live for that reaction, and I cannot wait for it. Let's hope the $30,000 hits on tails, because we will obviously be giving that money away as soon as we get it.
Yeah!
And if AJ's right, nobody makes any money, nobody gets any gifts, and the stream probably ends immediately on a sad note going into Super Bowl 55.
Thanks, AJ.
Joining us now is the A-Train, a man who is a Super Bowl champion, an All-Pro, a member of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Ring of Honor, absolute stud of a human, Mike Allstott.
Yeah!
How's it going, bub?
What's up, gentlemen?
Hey, I have a question. A-Train, you and A to the J meet in the hole. Did that ever happen? AJ, I'm not 100% sure if you were in the league whenever Mike Allstott was in the league. And is this a desired matchup if you were back in the day, prime of Mike Allstott career, you saw that A to the J forehead and jawline and knew that it was about to be a day, and his neck? Is that something you would think about? Oh.
Is he frozen?
Yeah, Mike, is that something?
Talking to me?
Yeah. Would you look at a neck of a man and know you were potentially in for a long ass day, Mike Allstott?
It's all about pad level. How low are you going to get? You know what I mean? So,
was that your entire mission?
If he wants to stick his neck in there, we'll have a good battle.
For the record, I am not sticking my neck in there. That's what another like. Okay, how annoying was it? I guess when people were going low on you all the time, because I know if I see you squared up in a hole, I can't imagine anyone wants to stay up with you. Like, was that tough trying to protect your knees and ankles and everything, but just because you're such a big bruiser?
It was. I mean, there were situations, but I think my type of style of running, I did get very low. My pad level was down there, so I think I attacked it a little bit sooner than if they were getting at my knees or ankles. They were pretty much, in the turf. And if they did go low, I was just going to make sure that they got a knee or some type of guy in the head.
You got to punish them. You got to remind them, hey, let's not do this all game. Okay, I got knees for everybody out here. I can hand out knees to everybody if they want to go low. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a team that you're in the Ring of Honor for. Man, when you think of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you think of you running people over in that number 40. I mean, it was awesome. But now it sounds like Tom's going to potentially play for another 10 years maybe. It feels like that roster, as long as Tom's going to be there, it's going to be good. It has to be a good time to be a member of the Buccaneers organization, I'd assume.
Yeah, no, it's crazy just having that at 43 years old. I think something came out, he wants to play past 45, right? And it's unbelievable how he keeps his body and maintaining his body and everything he has with the game. And you know what? I was telling somebody the other day, would you play that long? I would play forever. I would have played forever. And like, why'd you retire? I'm like, well, the doctor came in and told me I couldn't play no more. But yeah. So I totally in his corner, and I would play forever, and he's playing forever, and he's playing at a high level. And look at him. He's taking the Bucs to the Super Bowl.
What kind of impact do you think a guy like him, even though it is a weird COVID year and he can't interact like they normally do, but like how much just confidence and juice does it give the rest of the team when you have Tom Brady coming in and first year taking you to the Super Bowl? Immediate.
It's just immediate effect. His locker room presence, his demeanor about him, his work ethic, everything we read, we hear about, he's doing, and he does it from day one. And he doesn't. How should I say? He expects excellence from the get-go. There's no day off, and that's why he's been in either an AFC Championship game or a Super Bowl. Majority of his career. So it's we didn't expect anything less. All the fans, the city, we expected to be at this stage right now, this time of year in the Super Bowl, and and Tom would have thought it had been a letdown if he wasn't in the